Dear students, supply chain management. Supply chain management is also called the art of management of providing the right product at the right time, right place and the right cost to the customer. So you can see that there is 4 R here also, that are right product, right time, right place and right cost. So let's learn about supply chain management in detail. Definition of supply chain management. A supply chain is a system of organizations, people, activities, information and resources. You can see different things here like organization, people, activities, information and resources which are involved in making a product or service from supplier to customer. So supply chain management is a macro process. You can see that all the things are gathered here: organization, people, activities, information, all these things from the supplier. From the supplier to the customer, the cycle, you notice the cycle of from supplier to customer. From supplier you are acquiring the raw materials and you are supplying. You are also supplying the raw material. You are also supplying the finished product to the customers, and the process involvement between this is a matter of supply chain. As per definition, supply chain management is the management of a network of all the business processes and activities involving procurement of raw materials, that is called suppliers or supplier supply, manufacturing and distribution management of the finished goods. Supply chain management is called the art of management of providing the right product to the right time, at the right time, right place and the right cost to the customers. So you can see that here the retails, product, suppliers, procurement, all the things. Procurement means the collection of raw materials from the collection of raw materials from suppliers, and manufacture, all the things, inventory, all the things are the part of supply chain management. We will learn a new thing here, that is demand planning. So the demand planning, the objective of the demand planning process is to forecast the demand for products so that this demand can be fulfilled through existing inventory, manufacturing and new purchases. So the forecasting of demand is called demand planning. Demand planning is done for a product at a location for a given time bucket. So demand planning is done in a given time period, in a given certain time period, and for a product, one product and certain time period. Demand planning is probably the most important supply chain process, in that it drives almost all other processes directly or indirectly towards fulfilling the demand. So demand planning is the most important process. It drives almost all the processes directly or indirectly. Now we will discuss on another important topic, that is logistics in supply chain management. From our previous videos you have learned the difference between logistics and supply chain management. If you haven't seen this video, I will give the link to my description of that video. So logistics is the backbone on which supply chain are driven. So you can see that logistics is the backbone so that the supply chain are driven, on which logistics refers to the management of the goods and supplies involving information, data and documentation between two entities or points. Logistics plays an important role in procurement function of delivery of raw materials from the supplier to the point of production and the finished goods and finished good. Supply chain management from the point of dispatch from factory to the point of delivery to the customer. So the transportation of raw materials, transportation of finished good, and the transportation of all the things that are included in the process, all the things are the subject of logistics. Now another important thing, that is finished goods supply chain. Finished goods supply chains are very dynamic and are the backbone of a good sales organization. A number of departments are responsible to work in coordination and seamlessly to ensure finished goods reach the market and the customers. Logistics and supply chain departments have to work in tandem with or aim to be ahead of marketing and sales and ensure that when a product is announced for sale by marketing, the product are made available at all nook and corner of the city, state and country. So it's very important part. You can realize that the finished product should reach all the nook and corner of the country, all the people, so that it's available, and this is the main finished goods supply chain objective, dear students. Now we will discuss on the last topic, why supply chain management is difficult. Supply chain management is difficult because of uncertainty is inherent to every supply chain due to the following. The following point are travel times. Travel times, you can realize these things by thinking that the travel times in this time, this COVID-19 period, all the things have been broken down and the times is not regular and not in a certain way. All the things have broken down because of this time, and travel times also affected by these points like war and everything. And the second point is breakdowns of machines and vehicles. If the breakdown of machines in a factory and vehicles are occurred, then supply chain management will be difficult. Weather, natural catastrophe, war. Weather plays a very important role in supply chain management. If the weather is not good, then supply chain management will not work on that specific region. Natural catastrophe. Natural catastrophe always hinders the supply chain management work, and the processes cannot be done because of natural catastrophe. And war, it's always very obvious that if war between the countries occur, then the supply chain management will not work on that region. It's very simple, you know. And the last point is local politics. Local politics plays a very important part of this, because local politics, if the politics is not in a regular way or in a certain way, then all the supply chain management will not work there. And labor conditions, if the labor conditions is not good, there is always hangamas, then supply chain management will not work on that period. And border issues, if some border is very restricted and some goods are not transited, or some good cannot be transited because of the violation, very strictly violated, then supply chain management will be difficult. So thank you very much, my dear students. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.